G'day fellows and fellowettes. Today I got a couple of little purchases and I really did want to ask if you can spot today's theme. However, these two middle flippers here, one's a Bokeh Plus and the other one's a Civivi. This one's the Civivi Sandbar Mini, and this one's the Bokeh Plus Urban Trapper with green micarta. Now the reason why there's a little bit of a question going on here is because these handles in real life look a lot darker than what the camera is picking up, and I've commented before about how well this camera picks up light. These actually are fairly dark green, not far off black, but for some reason the light is like, even you can see how white my fingers are looking on here, like the light is picking up exceptionally well. But anyway, the theme was to have reasonably dark blacked out blades, small knives made in China, so they're all, I wouldn't say exactly cheap knives, but probably they're all over $100 and something Australian, probably closer to that. I think this is like 100 and yeah, I don't know, I can't remember, but they're all over about $150, these ones. And this tiny little one, this is the Civivi Dart or Dart. Tiny little knife. It's actually a lot smaller than what I was expecting. So that's it in my hand, but until you actually pick it up and see how tiny it is, you know, you won't believe it till you see it. It's actually really tiny. This is a Bic, like your standard Bic lighter. It's not much bigger than your standard Bic lighter, and it's a lot thinner than what I expected. But anyway, it's extremely light, and that's what I got it for, and that's what I got all these for. These are all really lightweight little flippers with good actions, and yeah, I just thought I'll get some blacked out stuff. I've actually waited purposely for the sun to go down to try and get some real, with my bare eyes, these are quite dark, but in the camera they're very light, so even the darkness isn't sort of bringing out the true colour of them. This Urban Trapper has a little bit of an issue to me. Is that going to focus on here? Probably not. Anyway, the liner lock on here is very weak. It flips well, everything about it is nice, it's very lightweight. I've been wearing it around all afternoon, and on my waistband hold you can't even tell you're carrying it. It's really good. However, this liner lock is extremely light. It doesn't take anything. Like, I wouldn't trust this to thrust. You know, it's obviously not a heavy duty knife or anything like that, but it's very touchy, and I even suggested it to the guy in the shop when I picked it up, and he kind of said that's just how they are, and he said keep using it and it should wear in, because the liner lock, it's really hard to see. When I first got it, it was even worse. It does seem like it's wearing in and locking up a little tiny bit more. It's just not going to focus with the dark light and all that sort of stuff. but it's barely touching the blade. It's only sort of, if it's lucky, locking up on a quarter of the blade. It's got titanium scales, which may end up being a little bit stiffer potentially. So we'll see how it goes. If it doesn't get any better, I might try either shimming it first, and if that doesn't work, maybe giving it a slight little tweak, a little bit of a bend. But I just don't like that. Is so weak. It's actually, you only need to, it's really weak, the lockup. I don't trust it at all. I can't believe that, actually. I wouldn't, I certainly wouldn't plunge that into anything with my hands holding it. But anyway, just for opening envelopes and, you know, peeling an apple or whatever little tiny task that you're going to do with it. See, now we can actually see it's this, that looks really light out there, but it's actually going, the sun's down, it's getting pretty dark here. But all in all, I sort of like them. It's just that like the like how it opens, like the fidgetability of it, but just that one there is a little bit questionable with the strength of the lockup. That's my newest little purchase. See, it's that dark now that the little dart is actually disappearing into the glass table. This little, there's some light, there we go. This thing here is tiny. It's absolutely tiny. It's a lot smaller than I expected. Very small. Okay, we'll see how this edits up. It might end up being too dark when I watch it. Okay guys, see ya.